precisely my point, Sito. No? Like I said, if we're going to be borrowing money to finance our development, let's spend it wisely in productive investments. No? That the economy grows at a faster rate than the debt. So your example of these luxury vehicles will not provide growth in the economy, right? So we have to choose the programs and projects wisely. No? So my statement earlier is that let me add one more perspective. The budget will increase next year by roughly 10%. Okay, that's 500 billion. Of that 500 billion, 420 will go to salaries and maintenance and operating expenses. Okay, I would rather that big increase of 500 billion, most of that should go to productive investments as well.
Okay.
Right? Again, like we grow our economy, no? At tama yan na kailangan magtipid din ng gobyerno pagdating sa maintenance and operating expenses. Halimbawa, supplies and materials next year in the budget will go up by about 12.5 billion, if I'm not mistaken. No? Rent and lease will go up by another 25 billion. So palagay ko may mga bagay na pwede natin bawas-bawasan ng konti and that those resources we can put to more productive investments as well.
Okay, but what about
more school buildings, better roads, opening of new roads, especially in the provinces, in urban centers, so on and so forth. Yeah. Let me point out as well, Sito, that when I talk about productive investment, hindi lang hard infra yan, but also human capital development, which sometimes we call it soft infra, like education, for example. Yan, napakahalaga din yan, no? And even in the education department, you need to build something like our deficit in classrooms is roughly 160,000 classrooms. Next year, we will only be able to provide for roughly about 7,500 classrooms with a budget of roughly 30 billion. No? So we need to me, my bias also would be on education. So if we could spend more, address the backlog of classrooms, that would be great. No? So there would be, halimbawa, Department of Transportation, marami tayong mga railway at subway na ginagawa ngayon, supposed to be. But if you look at the historical record of the Department of Transportation, mahina gumastos. Okay? So, next year, the big increase in the budget will go to the DOTR. Every year, linalakihan yung budget ng DOTR, but they're unable to use the funding provided to them by Congress and by the President, right? So we really realign yung budget na yan for departments who can spend those resources wisely or better. So one could be education, additional classrooms, the computerization of our schools, and roads and bridges, so on and so forth.